What's going on, guys? Welcome to the channel. On September 4th, Marvels Avengers will be hitting our stores, and for those who pre-ordered the game, there was a possibility to play closed beta this weekend. People coming to my stream were constantly asking me what do I think about this game, what's my opinion, whether they should invest in it or not, whether it has a future or not, and so I decided to make this little review. Be mindful that this review is based on the beta version of the game, and the actual release can be a lot different and there's can be a lot of things changed. Now I'm going to be giving maximum 100 points divided into 5 categories. First, graphics and animation, second, characters and story, third is gameplay, fourth, online modes, and fifth, overall feel and functionality. Hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get to it. Now, considering that this is a main title game, the graphics is just good. Since the developers are focusing more on online gaming in the future, they adjusted the graphics accordingly. So if you compare it to just main story titles like, for example, God of War or Ghost of Tsushima, you will find out that the graphics are worse. What I would especially criticize is the animation of explosions, weapons, and overall done damage. Because if you're, for example, fighting in a room where there are 4 characters and a lot of enemies, at one point you have no idea what the hell is happening, because everything is trashing all around you, everything is flickering, everything is in shock or in fire or in explosion. Plus additionally there are weapons like acid or poisons, so everything becomes green. Also your teammates have abilities that also gives you some kind of area of effect, so at one point you're really lost. And the camera in this game does not help it, because if suddenly it shifts behind the wall, well, you can see it for yourself. So with that particular reason, I give for graphics only 15 out of 20. Characters and story. Let me divide it into two, because story here is very good, and actually it's one of the main reasons that I'm gonna get this game, because I'm really wondering what will happen and what will unfold. Because at the beginning Captain America is presumably dead, Avengers disbanded, it's been 5 years that anyone saw them, and heroes are actually outlawed. The story sounds really interesting and I'm looking forward to the ending. What again would I criticize are the characters, because somehow it's the combination of everything. You have a little bit of Marvel Cinematic Universe, you have a little bit of comic books, a little bit of animation TV shows, and for some reason you cannot get connected with the characters as you would normally. Like when, for example, Tony Stark is joking. Because it's not Robert Downey Jr., you suddenly feel very weird about it and you're thinking, man, those are some very lame, unfunny jokes. Same is with Captain America. They tried to do this iconic character as portrayed by Chris Evans in MCU, but for some reason here it just does not work that well. Natasha Romanoff is also a little bit disappointment, but maybe in time when we play the game we get used to the characters and maybe they become our favorite, but until then I be skeptical. For that particular reason I give 14 points, 10 for story and only 4 for characters. Gameplay. Gameplay is where this game is on very low. Constantly running around, smashing constantly square and triangle without any new moves or without any upgrades is very dull, and it's very tiresome, and it's very boring. Of course, yet again, this is a beta version. Maybe in the actual release we get some kind of upgrades, some new talents that we can combine those moves, or we can maybe even combine with teammates. That is something that I very much would like to see in this game, and I think it's very bad that it's missing, is the possibility of combining attacks. Like if you, for example, charge your meter as a Hulk and your teammate that is Iron Man do it too, then you can maybe combine it and then you have like some special attack. That would be actually cool. Like some of those iconic moves like Iron Man with Captain America when he's shooting his beams through his or over his shield. Thor is hitting Cap's shield to do this sonic wave. It's something that I would really like to see here, but it's missing, and for that particular reason it becomes very dull. No matter how many missions I played, the gameplay did not evolve at all. And if this game's supposed to be online and it's supposed to be a game that you keep and you will constantly return to where you want to do some online smashing, well, I'm afraid that this game will die out. If they just gonna bring more and more characters but you will constantly do one of the same moves with each one, so in time those characters will end, but the moves, they will not come. And for that particular reason I give only 10 for gameplay. Online modes. I had a chance to play only a couple of them, since in beta I think there was like only 7 available in total, and they were all the same. You were always like 4 of you going somewhere, hitting some enemies. At the end there was a big robot, you killed them, and that's all. Moreover, those battles were goddamn very short. I really hope that it was just only for beta to reveal any additional content, but if those missions will be actual as they were in beta and they're gonna be very short, it's gonna be a huge disappointment. Also, I would welcome some additional modes like maybe team deathmatch or maybe free for all, something like that, to like compete against other players, to bash it out on the field, Hulk versus Iron Man or whatever. That would be really cool, but constantly running around with your teammates, like 4 of you, and trying to do something, it's yet again gonna die out. So for online modes, I'm gonna give it only 8, and I hope they're gonna introduce something new to it. Okay, overall impression and functionality. Well, functionality is a lot broken. I don't know if I should put it in here or in online modes, but I had a problem a lot of times that I got kicked out. The reason for it is you can enable matchmaking and play with other players, or you can disable it and just play with bots or NPCs that are following you and doing some damage. And when you do matchmaking, it will find a team for you, but here's the catch. There cannot be same characters in the team, which is okay. But the problem is that while it's matchmaking, you can choose a different character, or you can go to a character menu and choose which one you want. And the game, because of that, constantly crashes, because it is matchmaking you as a Hulk, but when you go to characters menu and you suddenly change to, let's say, Black Widow, the game simply crashes because it does not know how to properly connect you with other players. And if other players are doing the same thing, like choosing a different character, then of course it's gonna crash. So overall feel, the game is good regarding the story. It's interesting to follow it, but over and over, if they expect it to be some kind of online hit competing with current online shooters or MMORPGs, well, I'm an online gamer. I play a lot of online game. For me, it's like top number 1 right now to play any online game versus either my friends or with my friends against some enemy teams. And this will not be game that I will pick up for online. This will be the game that I play through as a story. I then see if I like it or not, and if online modes will be the same as in beta, then well, I'm just gonna return the game back. So if overall feel and functionality has also 20 points and we had 4 categories before, we can split it into, well, 5 pointers. So for graphics I would give 3, for characters I would also give 3, and online and gameplay will be 1 and 1. So for overall feel and functionality I give 8. Well, and that gives us total of 55 points out of 100. So That's the rate I'm giving to Marvel's Avengers Beta version. After the game will be released, I'm gonna do another review. And you guys let me know how you like the Avengers Beta, if you had access, or whether you're planning to buy this game or not. Also, if you wish to talk more about this game or any other game, feel free to stop by my Twitch. I stream there every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Link to my Twitch account down below under the video. I see you there. Until then, have a great one, take care, and as always, keep on gaming.